First, all new at 8 a.m., the Washington corridor has recently been the focus of a crime crackdown. Over the past 2 weekends, the Houston Police Department has stepped up patrols, and Houston Mayor John Whitmire joined them in an effort to improve safety in the area.
Yeah, fights, street racing, and parking lot takeovers are just some of the issues they're dealing with. And joining us this morning is Stacy Fairchild from the Washington Corridor Memorial Park neighborhood. Stacy, thank you so much for being here this morning.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.
Stacy, we want to start off by mentioning over the weekend the events that were particularly chaotic, giving the mayor a clearer view of exactly what residents are facing. Can you give us some of the specific issues that you've heard about this past weekend?
Well, based on, in addition to what Corley mentioned in the lead-in, numerous fights, many arrests, street racing, as Corley said, just loud noise is a huge problem. It's a pervasive, chronic problem in the corridor, and it has been since around 2006. So, those are some of the problems. The other thing is we'll have drunks of our patrons that come out of these bars and they end up in our yards doing, terrible things, either to each other or passed out, and just from a public safety standpoint and nuisance standpoint, it's something that we just really don't want.
Yeah, in this area, it has a vibrant nightlife in homes and businesses. Can you tell us, and this started out as a noise issue essentially and now has escalated into something more serious like violence. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and how this is impacting the homes and businesses in that area?
Yes, so, the saying goes, loud noise and rowdy behavior lead to violent crime. And this is why my husband and I got involved in 2018. We have actually been in the corridor since 2003, so long before the bars arrived. And actually, I want to preface what I'm about to say that, and people who know me know this, but I actually met my husband in a bar in Midtown. So it's not about bars in general, but, the problems that come that they bring to this area is the loud noise, the street racing, and the impact to the neighborhood ends up with gunshots, on a regular basis. We have neighbors that have bullets in their home, in the walls of their bedroom, cars being, shot at, just terrible, terrible things.
And I know you also mentioned that these issues have become a health concern for residents. How is this impacting people's well-being?
It's affected people's relationships, whether that be romantic or friendships. People, normally are just, there's weight gain involved. We know a couple of people who live on the front lines of this along the corridor, along Washington Avenue, who, when we first met them back in 2018, one person I'm thinking of in particular weighed 175. They're now almost 300 pounds, and it has everything to do with their inability to sleep and the impact from this noise and the constant barrage that plays out on Washington Avenue every weekend.
And going back to some of those businesses, are they kind of joining forces together as well to help, monitor this situation and to make the area safer as well?
Yes, we would love that. Early on, my husband and I and the neighborhood and even the super neighborhood approached a lot of these bars or the establishments and even sat down across from some of them to come up with, solutions that worked for all of us. We really didn't ever reach any, agreement. And all we were asking for as neighbors was to contain the noise on your property. The second that it leaves the property, it then begins to affect others, and particularly neighbors or homes that are within 300 feet of these businesses, which all of these businesses between TC Jester and Durham are within 300 feet of at least one residence.
And I know there's the thought process that cleaning up the Washington corridor would actually benefit not just the area, but all of Houston. Why do you believe that making this area safer and more enjoyable would be advantageous for all Houstonians?
Well, the loud noise is the biggest complaint that HPD gets citywide. So I believe that if you address loud noise, that's going to, eliminate a lot of the, non-emergency phone calls that HPD gets. And also it will allow us as neighbors, citywide or Houstonians, to go about our evening. Right now, I'll just share with you that when night falls, we don't leave the house. It's dangerous. And I would like to be able to take a walk with my husband in my own neighborhood without the fear of potentially being robbed, run over by some of these street racers, and just some of the nefarious activities that go on Washington Avenue that spill into the neighborhoods.
And real quick before you go, can you just mention what you think would be the best solution for this issue?
Well, it would be for the establishments to be considerate of the neighbors or the community in which they operate. That would be the solution.
Well, certainly considering the neighbors is a great start, a jumping off point. Stacey Fairchild, we appreciate you speaking out and raising awareness about all of the issues that are going on in the Washington corridor, and appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.